Hey, Facebook friends, how we doing? This is Australian Anti-Ice Campaign. We're coming to you live from Ashmore at our headquarters, and we're going to be speaking with our guest tonight is Jade. Thank you, Jade. We'll have a chat with Jade tonight. My name's Anthony Gretsch. Everyone calls me Gretchy, so I'm just filling in for Andrea Simmons, the CEO of Australian Anti-Ice Campaign. So Andrea's busy. She's always busy, but she has a big meeting on tonight, so I'm filling in for her. She does lots of good works out there and loves to help people, and especially with their addictions, and set them on the right track. So we're just going to be having a chat tonight. But first thing, I'll just want to just go over a couple of things with the housekeeping. We'll go a special thanks to some of the people that help us out and sponsor us with a lot of donations. We've got Set Free. Thank you, Set Free, for all you do for Australian Anti-Ice Campaign. And also Chariots of Light. Thank you, Chariots of Light, for your donations and for all your help. We've got Clicky Digital. They will be helping our digital staff with all digital stuff. Thank you, Clicky. And we've got Patrick from Coffex. Thank you, Patrick from Coffex. And Pastor Jim, thank you very much, guys. We're praying good thanks to you and for all your donations, and everyone else that would like to donate to Australian Anti-Ice Campaign. They can jump online and donate anything anything they like, that their heart's saying to give, because we reach out and touch a lot of people's lives, and not only the people that are in addiction, but we help out a lot of families surrounded by their loved ones in addictions as well. We also have an op shop here. The op shop is awesome. That's run by Sissy, Andrea's mum, lovely Sissy. So the op shop's open every Monday to Friday from 10:30 till 4:30, and also on Saturday at 9:30 till 1. So that's at the Nerang. It's 204 Nerang Street, Southport. That's at AAIC headquarters. So come on down, guys, and purchase something from the op shop or donate anything you'd like. So also we've got a promotion coming up. We've got a soft opening of our Neo coffee cart on Monday at 10:30. Same place, 204 Nerang Street, Southport. Come check us out. Come and have a coffee. Come and have a look what we do and have a chat with us. Everyone's welcome. And also we've got, with our CEO Andrea Simmons is nominated for the 2021 Impact 25 Awards. So jump on there, guys and girls, and vote for Andrea. Go to probonoaustralia.com.au and look for Impact 25 to cast your votes. It closes on February 10th. So jump on board, guys, and vote for Andrea Simmons, as she does amazing works. And you know, we reach a lot of people out in the streets and help a lot of people get into rehab, and you know, going into schools and jails. So there's so much work that AAIC do. So yeah, that'd be awesome if you can jump on board and support Australian Anti-Ice Campaign with Andrea Simmons. And also we share your life story with us. So you can email us on rianne.r, so that's RHIANNE.R at australianantiicecampaign.org.au. Our message, or you can message us on Facebook to be featured. Because if you like to put your story through, that'd be awesome, because you never know who you're going to touch and reach out to someone that's got a similar story to you, or someone you actually touch with your story. So and help them to reach out to ask for help, or for their family to reach out. So that's awesome. We're looking for volunteers as well. So anyone would like to come down and volunteer, we've got events coordinator we're looking for, and also a bookkeeper. So events coordinator and bookkeeper, so we're looking for some volunteers so you can jump on volunteering at Australian Anti-Ice Campaign. So that's volunteering at Australian Anti-Ice Campaign.org.au. Or you can call us at 1-800 No to Ice. That's no to ice. Oh, that's not even once. No. Not even once. That's our motto. Or you can ring 1-800-6686-423 and give us a call. because we've got lots of volunteers, volunteering people to come down and help us out. I jump down here every now and then to help out as well and volunteer, because we do a lot of stuff as well that people don't know. We get out in the streets feeding people, like I said, helping people with their addictions and getting them into rehab and connecting with churches and AA, all sorts of stuff we do out there. So we have a family support as well. So if someone's in addiction and their families don't know what to do, or they're struggling and just lost with it all, they can call us on 0481 844 555. That's the family support. So thank you there. So that's a bit of housekeeping out the way there. So we're just going to have a little chat with Jade, and Jade will tell us a bit about her story. And so Jade, welcome. Thank you very much for coming and spending a bit of time with us.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. So just tell us a bit about yourself, Jade, and just a little bit about your story and where you're from.
So, hi, I'm Jade. I'm 39. I'm originally from here. Grew up in Adelaide. I have 4 kids. Just got my life back on track. It's been a bit skew-whiff for about 24 years now.
Right, 24
in addiction,
years.
yeah.
Oh, so you've been addicted for 24 years?
Yeah, on and off, yeah.
Wow. And how long you been clean?
7 months,
wow,
clean off the amphetamine.
That's so good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So good.
I feel so much better for it too.
Yeah.
Life has changed, everything.
The way you see things and how you live your life now.
Everything. Yeah,
wow.
It's just positive, and I've got so much gratitude, so
that's
can't
so
go wrong
good.
with that, eh?
So good. Yeah, the only way is up from here.
Definitely.
Awesome. And then so you got 4 kids, yeah?
I do. Currently have one living with me, back with me, I should say. My other son, he's back in my life, not living with me though, but my 2 daughters, I'm on the brink of hopefully getting them back in and around and doing family stuff again.
Yeah.
So there's hope.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Good. So where are you originally from?
Originally from here, but I grew up in Adelaide. Yeah.
Oh, so you're born in Adelaide?
Born here. Grew up in Adelaide though, from the age of 3 to 16. So moved back up here, not really knowing anyone, and that's sort of where I got myself into some, I guess, messy situations.
Yeah.
Not really knowing sort of what I was getting myself into, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. So what? How did you get into drugs? What drugs was introduced to you first? What?
So marijuana. From the age of 13, I started smoking.
Yeah.
I did do acid in my past in Adelaide. Then when I moved up to Queensland, sort of wasn't really in my life, the drug scene, till I got with my first partner.
Yeah.
Then it became something that we did together. And then obviously life and everything got hectic from there on. So that led on to domestic violence, family breakups.
So it was a bad, toxic relationship.
Pretty bad. Then it went on to, obviously things getting spiteful, and kids were kidnapped from me, and which sent me on another downward spiral.
Yeah.
I met another person, which is my second partner ever in life. Got in a relationship, and that was another domestic violent relationship. Probably worse than the first one.
Yeah.
Also drug induced and what have you. So that wasn't the best of days. I had a daughter in between that time.
Okay.
Ended up on the streets with my daughter.
Yeah. Oh, so was that on the coast, was it?
Beenleigh, actually.
Beenleigh. Yeah, Beenleigh. So you're actually out on the streets with your daughter? Wow,
I was, and then some pretty messed up stuff that happened to me.
Yeah.
2 different people in my time as friends, I thought, had taken advantage of me sexually.
Yeah.
In my sleep, actually. Which led me to sign my daughter over to some family friends for a little while.
To help her.
Yeah. Then somehow in among that time, maybe about 8 months later, I met my third partner, who I got into a relationship, and that was another pretty intense domestic violence style relationship, which led me to, I had another daughter, so pretty bad judgment, I'm sure, guys, but so when I found out I was pregnant with my last daughter, I decided to move away from Beenleigh, come down the Gold Coast and get my life on track, and that went well for about maybe a year. And then obviously the drugs came back into the scene, and then domestic violence came back, and
so you were off the drugs for a while?
Yeah.
What did you do, rehab or?
No. I mean, I've given up a few different times in my past.
Yeah.
I've given up for 2 years on my own.
Yeah.
I gave up 5 years on my own
Yeah.
there for a little while. But yeah, it was just always around, and you know.
And you get drawn back into it.
You sort of do, especially with the associations and stuff. And
so did you say like it's a big thing who's in your life, like who you hang around?
Very much so, and very much your emotional status as well. I think I use that as a coping mechanism. I guess I didn't have time to feel sorry for myself, and you know, I had things I needed to do, and I guess that's the way that I dealt with it at the time, as lame as that might sound.
But everyone deals with things differently. But like when it's a big emotion thing that's constantly on your mind, then people look to numb it and look for other outlets. You know,
and it did numb me out for the fact that it gave me, I don't know, so I was not emotional, and I could focus on my daily chores, I guess, on my responsibilities. But
So did you end up doing rehab?
I actually did. I wasn't on the drugs at the time. I was drinking quite heavily at this time. I'd given up drugs and I started drinking. But that got to the stage where I was blacking out and getting violent myself towards other people, and I didn't like what I was becoming. So
in the rehab,
just outside.
Just outside.
And then, you know, like obviously I had nothing left to lose. I'd always heard about rehab, didn't think I was that bad that I needed to go to rehab, and I had this like negative thought persona on what that was going to be like, and that's for quitters and all that stupid negative stuff that you tell yourself. But I took myself up to Fairhaven, up at Mount Tambourine, Salvation Army.
And what was that like?
Amazing. Like, I thought that maybe I'd do 6 weeks, maybe 3 months. I didn't really give myself too much of a guideline or
how long I was going to
stay. But within the first 3 weeks, I loved it, and I just didn't want to leave. I completed the program, but the funny thing is like when I complete the program, you know, it's like same sort of negative way of thinking. I guess it was like I'd done so well, so I'll go and treat myself, you know. As stupid as that was.
It's just something,
so I
something you fall straight into.
Slip back into it. Not ongoing and not heavily, but enough for my life to be unmanageable again. So that went on for a good, obviously 5 years or what have you. But I did find my self-worth in there. I did find out a lot about myself and codependency, stuff like that. So
because it teaches a lot of good things and brings up a lot of emotions. Because I help a lot of people on the streets in surface and get them into rehabs or connect them with the church. But I'm doing a bit of work with volunteer with the transformations in Surface Paradise. So I help out a lot there, and I see a lot of good things happen there, and just start to help people, you know, go through all the emotions and to help them with their addictions and get back into life.
And to understanding what it was, that sort of drew them back to that all the time.
Exactly, understanding that and teaching you to say no to things, you know, to the unhealthy things in your life.
Very much so.
So what about like with you yourself there, Jade? What was your childhood like?
I had a great childhood. Like I can't
so you grew up here on the Gold Coast?
Adelaide. I can't say I had a bad childhood. I had great parents that worked and provided for us and all the rest of it. I think it was just me feeling lost within myself.
And you got brothers and sisters?
I do. I've got 2 sisters. One was 10 years younger and one was 3 years older.
Oh, okay.
But my sister was also an addict.
Your older sister,
Yeah, so I watched her on the drugs growing up. Not too much, only for about a year or something. But it was pretty unmanageable, obviously, and it caused a lot of chaos in the family. But me not learning from that, I went and done it as well. I think it was a cry for help, but I didn't really see it like that at the time. I sort of wanted attention, and that's how I thought I was going to get it, because that's how my sister got it.
Exactly,
I guess. Bad move, but by that time I was sort of, a bit over. Like, she didn't know how to deal with that sort of stuff. So I moved away and went to Perth for a year, and then I ended up here. And just went on my cycle from there on.
And then you're sort of stuck in that rotation of addiction.
Just I think it was more I don't know, for me, I think it was just more the people I was around, bad choices, not necessarily the addiction itself, but it became part of it.
Yeah, with the bad decisions, because like you're saying, it's a big part is who you're hanging around with and who you're spending your time with, and then that leads you, with unhealthy choices.
Yeah, but it was fun at the time in March. Like it
as
like fun. Everyone was happy and. I felt accepted and everyone was my mate, but it didn't end up being that way long term, no.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, they want you to stay on addiction so you can, so they can keep...
Unfortunately, I didn't see that, but that was very much the case.
Yeah, wow. So how did you come across ice? Did you know what the drug was, or did you just stumble across
ice itself, no. See, I was in addiction on the speed.
Yeah, so it was the marijuana first and then...
Marijuana... acid. I tried, quite a few times.
And
then speed, and then I gave up for 5 years. And I, when I've moved from where I came from, came down here.
Yeah.
And after the relationship breakup, I obviously decided to go and do something stupid and go get on the gear. But there was no more speed around. It was ice.
So yeah.
And that was a whole new game for me. A whole new.
So the
tribe of people, I guess, is just...
So the people that you were with, they were all on the ice,
yeah.
and that's why you...
Yeah. It's just, I just thought it would be like it was in the day, but it was totally different. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a nice drug, is it?
It's not. It totally changed who I was. Back on the speed, I was happy-go-lucky, funny, charismatic, I thought, anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe I was in denial, I don't know, but on the ice itself, it just dumbed me down.
Yeah.
My whole personality changed instantly, and I wasn't a big user either.
Yeah.
I've only been a 1 point person for say, I couldn't imagine doing any more than that, but just that itself changed me and who I was. And then
you just got stuck, the addiction with it,
Yeah, I think it was just more of a, I don't know, just something I did every day.
Yeah.
It wasn't really something I wanted, but it was just I didn't know where to step out from.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, for myself, it was just a party thing, I stumbled across it. I thought it was just another weed, way of smoking weed, and I didn't know what was in it, or what it would do.
The seriousness of it.
It's the devil's drug, and it's a disgusting drug because it destroys you, your mind, everyone around you, your family, everyone that you love. It destroys everyone as you
Very much so.
as you go through your life, addicted with ice. But the worst thing for me is the come down, the come down with ice, because that's why you do anything to get your next hit. Because the come down for me was very traumatic and very suicidal.
Right.
That was the worst for me. But then you'd go out and just want to just kind of have another hit to get you back up there.
Yeah.
And then you're stuck in that
that
roundabout
circle.
of addiction.
Yeah.
So with you, your first drug was weed. So do you think that was addictive as well, weed?
No. For me, I mean, I don't know. I don't really.
Because a lot of people think,
it's
weed,
like a gateway drug.
But the thing is, if anything that takes over your life and you're dependent on it, it's not good for you. It's an addiction.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And with this day and age as well, with the weed, they spray it with ice. So they're actually spraying it with ice.
I've heard
the
other
weed.
things.
So there's young kids out there smoking weed, and it's been sprayed with ice because then there's an addiction there. They want to keep going for more.
I have heard that. And this is well known that actually opiates and stuff like that as well, that they are crushing into it and lacing stuff with, because then when people are seeking to go elsewhere, they're not getting the same hit, so that sort of draws them back to that specific dealer, because it's got something else. Because
once you do that, taking anything, any sort of drug first, once you take that the first time, you get this high, but you'll never experience that high ever again.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So then they're looking for others, but then you start taking more. Even with weed, then you before you know it, you're smoking a quarter a day.
Yep.
Just to get high again.
Yeah, it's even if you are even getting high for it.
Well, then I see a lot of people in addictions, and they're not even enjoying it. The drugs, they're just stuck in it. You know what I mean? And they just have to keep relying on it just to get them through, because they're losing their mind with psychosis.
Yeah.
Even the pingers now with the young kids and that, it's been tested now that there's a lot of crazy stuff in their pingers, like in the ecstasy they put the ice in it as well, man. So so just a warning out there, just be careful. Anyone know that even doing weed and ecstasy, just let them know that there's ice, there's traces of ice in there. Nothing's safe anymore. Exactly, it's a drug. So just beware. But we've got all these numbers you can call as well. We've got the helpline, we've got the family support. So if you know anyone out there, just don't hesitate to reach out and contact us, and we can put the people in the right direction and help the people that we'll help as many people as we can. And what did you what for yourself, CJ? What did you lose? Like with this drug, what would you lose? Like,
besides the obvious, family, friends, house, kids. The main thing I lost was myself. Yeah. And when I did actually take the opportunity to go and do something for myself, not necessarily on the drug scene, but the addiction anyway, I found my self-worth in rehab. That's definitely
So the rehab was good then. So
that was my main turning point, mate.
You found your self-worth because
I found my self-worth, and I learnt to forgive myself for certain things. Like I blame myself for a lot. Yeah. Fair enough, I have my parts to own, but there were other things as well that gave me a bit more understanding on the people around me. People, places, things. Gave me a little bit more knowledge. Like I still sort of went down that path, but my eyes were a lot more open, which made me realise a lot more and see a lot more for what it was.
Opened your eyes, because like you lose your mind there with psychosis and with yourself. Like you're saying, you don't think you're worthy of anything, because with all the with everything that's happened, especially with your family and the loved ones around you. And
being in a domestic violent relationship as well, being told every day you're not worthy. Look at you.
All these things pile on. So that helped you heaps then. And then started getting you back on track.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get my stuff together instantly, but I definitely had the knowledge. So I mean, after 6 years, I'm finally there. I'm finally at that spot where this is not my life. This is not what I want. This is I want to do better. Yeah, you want better out of your life and for your kids. Yep. That's so good. So good. Because so you've been clean for 7 months, yeah? 7 months completely, yeah. So how did you get to bring us to this point? Like 7 months, or what, you just had enough, or did someone help you? Or I've had enough anyway for a long time. I think it was just not having my own foundation, a stable foundation, for me to be able to work on for myself. But I was blessed at the start of the year, actually. I actually went to church, and I was told to surrender because everything was getting on top of me, and for the first time ever, I was actually suicidal. I just felt like nothing was going to change, and I asked my dad, actually, Mr. Gringo, if he would come to church with me, and we went to church, and we spoke to the pastor's sister, and she said, just surrender. Surrender, and I thought, it couldn't be that easy, you know what, I went home and I prayed and I said, I give up. I hand it over, I surrender, and would you believe, within 5 days, I got my son, I got a house, and I got a car given to me. Wow. And since then, with all those blessings, I would be a fool to go back and do all that. To turn back. First couple of months, obviously, I wasn't perfect. I was still making mistakes, obviously, from living a life like that for so long. I had to break that, but all those bad habits and unhealthy habits. And having the wrong people. I thought getting rid of all those bad people around you that you don't need in your life. That's going to take you down that people, road again. Places and things. But that's awesome. Praise God for that, because you know what I mean. Like, it's hard to do all these things on your own. Even myself, I did get on my knees as well. When I was, I'm 3 years now, clean. And I was same thing. I had enough. Second divorce. I've got 6 kids. I was anxiety, suicidal. Tried to OD a few times, and had thoughts of just killing myself. And then I went to the Transformation Church, and then just got on my knees and prayed to God, and just felt the love, and just felt everything change. Like the addiction just come off me. And then just to help others, and just had the love. I was cried for weeks, and then just that's what I do out there now. I help
a lot of people out in the streets because I love to give back, and it's my heart. I just felt that God put in my heart to go out and help others.
Yeah.
I help out with the Australian Anti-Ice campaign and with the Transformation Surface Paradise, President's Church. I'm with President's Church.
Oh, wow.
So we do a lot of things, but it's all from the love of God for
Definitely.
me, you know,
For me as well.
because it's such a big struggle. All these addictions, life, you know, like there's you know, mental health. There's so much of it out there these days, especially with what's going on in the world with the COVID. You know, life's pretty crazy, even like financial.
Very much
you know,
so.
money and all these things. So for me, like if you got the, you know, God helping you through all these things, and you put all your faith and praise to God, it really helps.
Yeah.
It makes the things a lot
And
more
honestly,
easier.
I never thought I'd see the day that I would say that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now
Yeah.
once I've found him, mate, you know, I can't go back. Like, what a blessing.
That's
So much gratitude. Like, my whole life has just changed
that's
instantematically.
that's
You know,
awesome,
like,
isn't
it's
it?
pretty amazing.
It
mate.
is, and that's just opening your heart and your mind,
Yeah.
you know, to these spiritual things, you know, like to God and you know and for the Holy Spirit to come in and to help you with all these
It's
things.
such an amazing feeling, eh?
Yeah,
Like,
it is.
it's better than any drug you could ever take, that's for sure. Any high you could ever have.
Yeah. Wow.
That's a fact, yeah.
So good. So for you now, it's onwards and upwards. So, and now you've reached out with Australian Anti-Ice as well.
I have. I just started my first day here volunteering.
You're
today.
volunteering as well?
Yeah.
Awesome. So we've got a lot of people that are in addictions out there that love to come and help out and volunteer here.
It's an amazing place, guys. Check it out.
So good, because they love to give back, but they've been through it and they know what goes on with this drug. And so so it's so good for them to come in and to volunteer and help out and to reach out and to touch others and just to help other people in addictions, you know, come out of that.
The main thing for me, I've got to say, guys, is the equality. The equality I feel when I come here. You know, I've never felt that in like a very long time. Like, if ever, I'm not sure. I don't think I really have, but today walking in here and just feeling the love and the acceptance and, you know, the praise that I'm getting, and it's not false either, like it was just amazing. So I'm
real.
so happy to be here, honestly. And then I got asked to do this tonight and I was so nervous, but here I am just giving it a go. So
that's awesome. So it's all real stuff here, because you know we love people that shares their heart and give their time and just, you know, for the love to reach out and to help others. But so how did you connect with Australian Anti-Ice campaign?
Right, so last year, I think it was sometime, I went up to detox to try and detox off marijuana and slow down on the alcohol. And then I heard about the Anti-Ice campaign walk that happened in Broadbeach there. Yeah, so that was my first introduction. And then I went to go with a couple of my rehab friends that were actually in rehab. So support them, and that's when I, you know, found out what this was all about, and I was very intrigued, but obviously, you know, hadn't really touched base because I just got my place and all the rest of it. But had my dad come back in my life just recently, so I'm repairing all relationships, sisters, mum's coming along, but dad. So dad actually knows Andrea on a personal level, and it was just weird and bizarre that we just started talking, and we both happened to really like this place, and we met up yesterday for lunch and went out, and decided that this was my thing.
So good. It's just that's awesome.
Yeah,
it's meant to be, isn't it?
It is.
It's funny, you know, God puts things in your path and in your way, and it's up to you to jump on and connect with it, you know.
Well, I mean, these were things that I want to do, and that was reach out and help youth and other people that were in my sort of situation, and I think that this is the best foundation for me to be able to do that.
Because like you're saying with the youth, you know, like I didn't do ice, you know, I started on weed as well when I was 12, 13. I've got a big family, 7 brothers and 4 sisters, so I seen that at a young age. But I didn't do ice till I was like, I was about 38, 39.
Right.
So, because it doesn't discriminate, ice, you know, it doesn't matter who you are or your age. Once you've tasted this or even tried this once, it's such a disgusting drug that's going to drag you down, and it's such a bad addiction. It's worldwide, you know. It's around the world. We love Australian Anti-Ice campaign, because with the youth as well, I just done a 3-day course with Andrea Simmons and a few others, and just to learn about going into schools, primary schools and high schools and jails, and telling the kids as well, especially the young kids, the youth out there, what ICE does and what it does to people and what it does to their families and what's actually in it. There's a lot of
that's the main factor,
crazy drugs that even like Drano and nail polish remover, all this sort of disgusting things that you wouldn't even put in your body is put into ice to make ice. So to reach out to the youth and to let the youth know, because this drug's out in the streets everywhere, through the stage there, and at COVID, the homeless were even dealing the ice as well. So if we can reach out to the kids and they can learn about what's actually in the drug and what it does to them, it's going to go a long way for them not to even touch it, not even try it.
Education would have definitely helped me back in my day if I had to know more about it.
So if you knew more about it, myself as well,
no way I would have touched it.
Wouldn't have touched it. Not even went near it. Yeah. And then the people that are they're putting it out there to the world. It's for me, like I said, it's not a good drug. It's a devil's drug, and
it's easier to get than weed.
Yeah,
that's the shockingness of it all.
It's everywhere. That's why we have to go into the schools, so to let these kids know, because there's all different names for this drug, and they want to try and promote it that it's a nice drug, or all these nice names out there in the streets, just to draw the kids in, or to draw people in. So this is what we do with Australian Anti-Ice Campaign. They also go into jails as well. I've gone with Esther Deegan a few times out into schools, and it's amazing work what they do and how they reach out to the kids. So if you did want to donate as well, this is a really good cause to donate to Australian Anti-Ice Campaign, for us to go into more schools. If you want us to come into your school, don't hesitate to call us up. Any donation, it all helps. It goes a long way for us to go into more schools, because we want to try and reach as many kids as we can.
Streets as well,
and out on the streets. So we're out in the streets, in schools, offices, jails, so everywhere. So like I said, it doesn't discriminate. It affects everyone, and it affects everyone around. But even like we said with the families, we've got a big support. Like for yourself as well. Like when you're going for that drug, and your family, your parents and your brothers, and siblings. It's so good to have a support there for them to learn how to deal with this, and to how to help the person in addiction the best way they can, instead of hindering them and making things worse.
Definitely would have helped my parents a long time ago. As far as understanding me a little bit more, I guess.
So for yourself now, 7 months clean. So you're going to do a bit of volunteering with AAIC.
Oh, definitely.
And then Jade even mentioned before, she's going to come down and help me with my feed. I do a big feed every Saturday, which President's Church fund, and a lot of people jump in and help, and AAIC help out as well with donations, food and clothes. So Jade's going to come down, and that's every Saturday at Aline and Peters Park at 4 o'clock, and we'll feed the homeless and give them clothes, and just have a conversation with them, help them any way we can. And
sometimes that's all it takes, is just having a conversation, just letting them know that they're not alone.
Because you were homeless,
mate, 11 years on and off homelessness, and going from refuges, and it wasn't lifestyle, it was barely existing. But having those, I had those random acts of kindness, people didn't even know me, took the time out to sit down with me, and that was such a blessing. I was so grateful, and that sort of helped me get through my journey.
There's people that just random people coming up and just touching your life.
Not even your own friends, or the people that so-called loved you at the time were even reaching out to you like that.
Just reaching out, and they don't want nothing in return. They just want really just to help you.
Or just remind you of your worth, or just ask you, how are you? Are you okay? That was more than enough.
That's it. Are you okay? Because like with this drug, with this ice is, it's going around the world, and it's quite bad in Australia. And then you got your other drugs, and you got your mental health. So, ask people, are they okay? Reach out to people, because all you're going to do is, if you reach out and touch someone's life, and you're actually saving their life. And
you just never know how much that could impact them in the long run,
100%.
That simple gesture goes a long way.
It does. So the big turning point for you was that was it. You had enough. Like you'd been on this drug for so many years, and then you got to the stage where I'm going to kill yourself, or
just got sick of destroying myself. Just I was over it. Like, for once I felt that I deserved more. And that was from, you know, finding my self-worth when I went to rehab. And like, fair enough, I still went down that path for a little while, but the more and more I was doing it, the more and more I realised how much I hated it and I didn't want it in my life anymore. So it really took that, you know, for me to finally just go, hooroo, pretty much.
So good. That's so good.
Yeah, the trial and error, hey?
Yeah, that's it. Well, the only way is onwards and upwards for you.
That's it. No more backwards and round and roundabout.
No more going stepping backwards or relapse, and just keep, you know, just focus on your goals and
on the path,
and you know, your path that you want to go down with, you know, with God and with your children, to get all your children back in your life. And your mum. You know, that's so encouraging. You know, so encouraging to others. You know, just to hear your story. You know, it is, because you know you've actually been there, done that with all sorts of drugs and down and out with, you know, all sorts of bad choices with your relationships and being stuck on the streets.
It's
and
not the way I
wanted.
Drugs. It's not the way I want to go down. It's not the way I wanted to be remembered. You know, I want to leave a legacy, a positive one at that. You know. From being in rehab too, though, like, so I did rehab with 56 other clients, and from that 6 years ago, I think we counted up 23 have passed away.
Wow.
23 people that I did rehab with, and that's devastatingly sad. And
because that's what the drug does. Like, either kills you, or you end up in jail, and you know, it destroys, and you know, end up in a mental hospital, and destroys your family all around you, and what you ever, anything you love, it's going to destroy. So
up at Fairhaven, they actually have, you know, so when their clients pass, they've got a little, like, all in the gardens, they've got crosses with people's names on there, you know, to be remembered by. And that was more of a realisation every time I went up there, is that that's not the way I want to be remembered, just being a cross in a garden, you know. I mean, of course, you respect the people that have passed, but it's just not the way I want to go down. I want to do better for myself and others.
And that's it, and for your family, so good. That's awesome. But no, thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
But also, we like to, after being over drugs, focusing more on yourself. What are things you that you discover about yourself? So, what things, like, you know, like your self-worth and that? What are you discovering yourself that you're really enjoying with life?
To be honest, that's sort of where I've been stuck in a rut. Okay, so like, I know I can do all these things. I've got my house all in order, got everything right, you know, my bills are all paid in advance, but I didn't know sort of where I was at, and that's why this journey for me right now is me trying to discover, you know, I don't know what
to reach out.
To reach out
to others. Like your own worth. Discovering yourself, but like, because you know, with Jade, like, you have to keep yourself busy in a healthy way. You know what I mean? So like, that's where a lot of people go back down that bad road. Is if they're getting bored, or they're not keeping themselves busy in a healthy way,
and I'm
doing lots of good things.
100 miles an hour all day every day, and that was the problem. So fair enough, I had the stability, but I was just sitting at home and like changing people, places and things. I've literally disconnected from everyone from my past. So this is why I needed to do something and find myself in another way, and I know who I am, but it's just finding that new side of me, I guess. Because that old Jade doesn't really exist. I know who I used to be before all of this, but still trying to find where I am now. So
good, because then things like this, like, you know, helping out, volunteering, you know, go down to rehabs, or to, you know, like Australian Anti-Ice campaign, or other things.
For that,
like,
to get involved,
to put your time in it, because it's a good, healthy thing. You know what I mean? And you know, and other, like, even if you want to help people feed the homeless, there's so many good things you can actually do out there. You know, a good, healthy thing to inspire you to touch on other people. So so no, we appreciate that.
Oh,
Thank
cool.
you for that.
Thanks for having me, though.
So, what can you tell people who think that there is no life after ice? So, so what people out there, what can you tell that?
There is no life on ice. There is only life after ice, and like, the blessings that you receive when you start getting your life right is just unbelievable. Like, words can't even begin to express what comes your way, but I'm telling you, like, everything comes back to you: your family, your kids, your health, your happiness, your looks. you know, you don't look so drained out, but just literally anything and anything that you could possibly want, think of, or desire comes your way once you start looking after number one. You know, you got to look after number one to be good for others. So
that's so good. So there's it's just getting through it and getting off that addiction.
It's just finding someone that's going to stand by your side, man, and help you get strong, like while you're on your journey. So and I truly believe in Anti-Ice campaign. I wish this had been here when I was going through it, because I believe it would have done me a world of good. It is now, but you know, I do feel it'd be great for a lot of people that are going through that right now, for sure.
No, that's great, because because like with the Australian Anti-Ice campaign, we buddy up with a lot of people in addictions, also buddy up with their families and support their families with a lot of good advice and put them on to the right people to speak to as well. Put a lot of people into rehabs as well. They reach out to a lot of local rehabs on the Gold Coast and Brisbane, they just do so much work out there, and just there's so many numbers. Like if you jump on with Australian Anti-Ice campaign, there's a lot of numbers up there. You can help. There's helplines, emergency lines, all that sort of stuff to help you out and to put you on the right path to help the person that in addiction, or to help you that you're in addiction. You know, so don't be afraid to reach out and to help yourself or to help someone else.
And please don't be discouraged if you know you reach out and things don't work out as quickly, because being addicts, we want it then and there. The reality is it ain't gonna happen that way, but if you keep just digging every day, just a little bit, mate, like it will eventually get that way, you know. So just keep fighting, just don't give up. And I know the sort of negative persona that's put on with rehabs, guys, as I believe that myself, you know, like being around other addicts, you just find more connections, and that could be a possibility if that's what if you're not 100% into it for yourself. You got to want to do it for you. You can't do it for people, for family. You got to do it for you and you only, and then the rest of that will come back, you know what I mean? Of course that's part of it, you know, doing it for family, your kids, but it's got to be for you, I believe.
Yeah,
that's what worked for me.
Exactly, it's got to be.
I had to 100% do it for me.
You got to start with yourself. Yeah, and start working.
Not because my mum and dad wanted me in there. Not because I had to escape jail, or
because you're just going to do a 360 and go straight back.
Yeah, because your mind's not 100% there.
That's awesome. Yeah, like you're saying, it all starts in with you, and you know, to help yourself. And now, you know, look at Jade. You know, she's got through, and you know, with the help of God as well, you know.
Very much so.
You know, God's touched her life, which is so good. And so what's your advice to parents who has children in addiction? So what's your advice to parents that their kids are in addiction? Anything you could pass on to them?
Just keep going, guys. Like, I don't really know what the best advice to give other than what I've just said, guys. Just there is a better life, you know. You and your children deserve better, you know.
Get some good advice.
Reach out.
Reach out.
Even if it's like once a month, it doesn't matter. Just make that advance. Give it a go. You got nothing to lose, but you got everything to gain. So that's the best advice I can give. And it does happen. You can get your children back if you've lost your children. Like there's many, many, many positive stories out there. You know, that people lost their kids for many years. You know. But so many recovery and not recovering, but what's the word I'm looking for? So many reunifications. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, it's amazing. So just keep going.
And
give yourself a go.
And with the parents, reach out to Australian Anti-Ice campaign. Like I said, we've got a lot of information there and numbers for you to call and to email. And we'll put you in the right direction. But a lot of people that I've been helping out, volunteering at Transformations Rehab for about 8 months now, and I see a lot of people come through, and we see a lot of people change with their attitude, and really start to open their eyes, like you said, about the drug and what was going on in their life, why they're in this vicious circle with relationships and toxic,
codependency. I mean, I didn't even know anything about codependency until I went to rehab, and I didn't realise that I was actually codependent without even knowing that. You know, even that little bit of information helped me a lot. In relationships and opening up my eyes to certain things. So,
that's a good thing. So So, that's awesome. Thank you. So we'll wrap it up now. So really thank you for your time, Jade.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hopefully I did all right.
No, you've done awesome. She's awesome.
I'm so nervous.
And no, you were great. You've done really well. You just let it flow. But the thing is, like, we wish you all the best, and we thank you with coming and giving your time with AAIC.
Ain't going nowhere.
And that's it. She's going to come in and volunteer as well.
Yes, mate.
Also, don't forget to there's we've got that vote as well for Andrea Simmons. She's nominated for the 2021
Please vote.
PAC 25 awards. As Andrea is the founder. It's been going for 8 years now. Australian Anti-Ice Campaign. So really get behind the people and get all the people can really get behind her and vote for her because she does amazing works out there. Thank you, because Australian Anti-Ice Campaign, I've been with them for probably about a year now as well, and I just love coming and volunteering and helping out, just to reach out and to help others and to buddy up with people in addiction to put them on that right path. I've got a big heart for the lost and broken people, whether they're homeless or with their addictions. So and I've learned a lot here at Australian Anti-Ice Campaign as well, to set some really good healthy boundaries and to just to reach out to others and to love on them and to share the love of God on them, because this is why I do what I do life now. I love life because God saved my life and the love of Jesus and got me off all these addictions and all my mental health and those crazy thoughts, suicidal thoughts. So it's just onwards and upwards, and come on down, people, to the as we said, we've got the op shop. We've got the awesome op shop here, op shop from Monday to Friday. It's at 10:30 till 4:30, and then also Saturday from 9:30 till 1. As all donations come on board, it all helps to reach out to other people, and we reach out to people all around Australia. So thank you very much. Thank you, Australian Anti-Ice Campaign. And good night. Thank you very much, and God bless. Not even once. That's our motto here. Not even once. Awesome, guys. Thank you.